first yoga class. It can be a little bit intimidating if you haven't been to class before, and I just wanted to help you feel a little bit more confident that you got everything under control and that you're not gonna feel embarrassed when you walk into class. So I have a yoga mat in my hand. Many studios will have mats that you can borrow or to rent. At Keen Yoga Center, we have some that you can borrow, so you can buy one at the store, or we have them for sale, or you can borrow one. And then otherwise, you can just think about what you wear. So you can wear just any comfortable clothing, stretchy pants or sweatpants or jogging pants type things, or long shorts are great for yoga. And then t-shirt or long sleeve shirt. You might want a t-shirt and maybe something, sweatshirt over that in case it's a little bit cooler, just so you have some layers. But yeah, just comfortable clothes that are good for stretching and moving. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but whatever you have comfortable is great. Or you can, a lot of people love to buy, fancy yoga clothes. You can do those too, and have the yoga pants and tank tops or whatever you want is fine. But you don't feel that you need to get anything fancy. That's one great thing about yoga is really all we need is a mat. Actually, we don't even need a mat, right? You can just do it on the floor, on the carpet, or on the wood floor. But a mat is nice these days to help provide a little bit of cushion, and then also a little bit of stickiness so we don't slide in some of the poses. Yeah, so it's good if you're coming to class, if you don't eat, 2 or 3 or 4 hours before you come. Don't eat a big meal. It's not good to eat a big dinner and then go do yoga. So if you eat lunch and then do yoga in the evening, that's a great thing. If you come at 4 or 5, and you've eaten lunch at noon, then that's going to be great. Of course, you can have a little snack if you need to, but the idea is just that we don't want to be having lots of energy digesting the food, and then we don't want to have a lot of food in the stomach as well. Just as it will restrict our motion and won't be as comfortable. It's good to come well hydrated. You don't need to overdo it, but it's good to drink water throughout the day, and then you'll be coming to yoga well hydrated. If you go to yoga in the hot room, you may want to bring some water with you. Otherwise, you probably, most people don't bring water to yoga, but some people do. So if you want to bring a water bottle, you can do that as well. Yoga is usually practiced barefoot, so you don't need any shoes or socks. If you're more comfortable with socks, then that's fine. Most studios, you don't wear shoes inside the studio, inside the rooms. So just be aware of that. And usually, you leave your jackets and big bags outside of the room, and then maybe you just bring in your purse or your wallet or your water bottle and maybe your sweatshirt into the classroom, into the room. So to try to keep the yoga room a little bit clean, and you can leave the stuff at the back. And trying to just think of every little thing. After class, you can just clean your yoga mat if you borrowed one. Usually there's some spray and a towel to wipe that down. There's different props. So I'm sitting on a little blanket here. So there's different props. And usually, if the teacher wants you to use a prop, then they would say so. Otherwise, you can just use whatever you want. I like a cushion to sit on. It helps me sit a little bit more comfortably, because sometimes we'll sit for 5 or 10 minutes in a yoga class doing different exercises. But if you don't need that, that's fine. But don't feel that just because somebody else has something that you need to get it too. Usually the teacher would let you know. And then it's good to arrive to the studio 10 minutes before the class starts, because then you can check in at the desk and you can go get settled on your mat. It's definitely good to be in the room and settled before, by the time the class is starting, so that class can start on time and we don't disrupt any of the other students. If you are late to class, it typically is okay to kind of just sneak in the back and go and settle down on your mat, but it's not ideal. But it's usually better to go to yoga a couple minutes late than to miss it altogether. But try not to make it a habit, because it is a little bit disruptive. Same thing if you need to leave early, you can just be at the back of the room and then just kind of sneak out whenever you need to leave as quietly as you can. So Yeah, in yoga class, you know, most classes have all levels. You know, some people will be quite advanced, and some people will be very much beginners like yourself, and some people will be young, some people will be old, some people will be wearing the coolest yoga clothes, some people will be wearing old, you know, sweatshirt that they've had for a long time. So don't feel that you're not going to fit in. You know, we have all types of yoga, all types of people coming to do yoga, and you know, everyone's kind of comes for their own reasons, but we all practice together and create a community that we can all work towards this common kind of interest of practicing yoga and improving our lives and making things better for ourselves and for our families and for our communities. That's really what yoga is about, is connecting on a deeper level. So yeah, hopefully those are some of the things that will help you come to your first class with a little bit more confidence and comfort. And also, I guess I'll just finish, feel free to ask the desk people, the desk team, or your teacher if you have any questions. Usually we don't ask questions during class, but before and after class is a great time to talk with people. Introduce yourself to the person you're sitting next to, and just say, hey, I'm new to class, is there anything I should know? Or, hey, I'm Brian, and nice to meet you. That can help you feel a little bit more comfortable as well. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you in class, and hope you have a great day and lots of yoga in your future. Namaste.